Hi everyone, let's have a little look at another telephone, and this time it's the GEC 1000. I was edged on really seeing a picture of a photograph taken in Kreitz, the tramway museum, where they showed one of these phones. Now it was this particular model was introduced originally by Ericsson's. It was then, a few years after, either licensed to GEC, and they produced their own one, which this one is. This is in fact a GEC. I'll show you the actual diagram. There's the diagram, the word, all the bits and bobs. The other diagram on the side is the arrangements of the terminations, I believe. Right, what can I say about this? Quite a lot. The design was designed from the Ericsson, or the Swedish Ericsson design of this shape phone. It's very similar to the old 332. This one was at the time an updated version. It was never ever used by the GPO. I don't think it was even used by Hull, but they exported a load of these to the Commonwealth countries, and as you can see on the front, Hong Kong Telephone Company, a good example where this one went to. Once again, I don't know where I picked it up from, but I obviously did. There's the nice high quality dial, which is a normal trigger dial. It's got a number on the, I don't know if that will show, but there is a number there. And looking at the other side of the dial, it's your typical dial used on these, trying to think the name. No, I need to use it on there. Trigger dial, get the name right, man. My age again. Trigger dial, which was a very popular dial. It took over from the slipping cam dial, which is a slightly bit different. Now, taking a look at the innards. Now this is the plate is obviously screwed onto the base, so everything is held on the base. There's no sort of secondary chassis. It's screwed on and everything's put on it. No frills. You've got your capacitor of the old style, long tubular type, and the induction coil, which is also of the old style, in the shape of like a tube. You've got large bell gongs, which I think about the same size as the 332 bells, and under there you've got your ringer, and ringer with two coils, 500 ohms apiece. Terminal strips at the back. Taking a closer look. As I say, it's very strongly made and very reminiscent of the 332. The base, which I'm just showing, has got nothing written on it at all. There's your base, held on by 4 captive screws. Easy to take off, to put on. The disadvantage is the dial remains in the case, which is a bit of a nuisance, but nevertheless not to worry. The handset is a modern styled one. It's quite heavy. The transmitter or microphone and receiver are the same types used within the 706. So you've got your rocking armature receiver and the updated microphone, which obviously took over from the top hat type. The case is obviously a Bakelite case. Very strong, but of course brittle. So try not to knock it about because it will break quite easily. This one is in very good condition. Also notice the little holes at the side. I call these vent holes. And it was that I noticed on that photo they showed at last week's trip to Andy's shed, and definitely showed one of these. There is a lot of information on these, which looking up will be better, because if I started to write it all down or talk about it, I should be here all night. But suffice to say that British Telephone's site talks about this phone in depth, and how it was formed. It was, as I say, basically formed from Ericsson, and it sort of was similar to some of the phones used in Australia. Also very similar to R332 type. Well, I think that's more or less it. They say when you finish talking, shut up, so which is exactly what I'll do. But just before I do go, there's lots of similarities with the 332. A well-made phone, very strong, as I said before. Obviously the case is not going to take any knocks. The dial is the nice metal dial with the older style finger stop, and the double one as well. You can look in there, you can see it's got two parts to it. There's probably a number there as well. Yeah, there's your number in there, 314. That seems to be a number that they use on these. This would have been held in by a circlip, which is actually missing, but no problem, one of those will probably turn up. And obviously no label at the moment. But anyhow, I think that's more or less it. Once again, thanks for watching. Any comments please make. And I'll remind you that members of this Andy's group, tomorrow hopefully there'll be another talk at 6:30, so don't miss that. They're always interesting. You always pass your own comments along the side with it. So that is more or less it. I'm going to pop outside to the garden today. I've been doing a bit of weeding. When I say weeding, I've been using some pest killer to get rid of the weeds. I seem to be dogged with ivy everywhere, damn stuff. So I'm trying to get rid of it. And I'm going to give the plants a water, my cacti a bit of a drink. So I gave some yesterday, so I'll give some today. Anyhow, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you again. Thank you.